Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist on a very rainy Wednesday here in Southern California. Hopefully this is only going to last today. We've been having a lot of rain. I know for those of you that live in other parts of the country, people in Southern California complaining about the weather is probably hilarious, but it's been pretty wet for here last few weeks, couple months. Anyway, so let's talk about what we did today. The 59 bus, this one here, not the 61, that's the walkthrough. This bus, some of the previous work that was done on this bus, metal work, which was not done in our shop, they didn't actually put in there's supposed to be a number of tubes that sort of run from the front of the bus to the back that house things like the clutch cable, the throttle cable, heater cables, and so on. And so for whatever reason, the tubes that hold the reserve tank lever cable and the manual choke cable, this is a 59, so it still would have had a 36 horsepower motor that had a manual choke. So neither of those cable housings were in there. So I'm talking about a steel tube that runs pretty much from the front where the controls are to the back where those things I just mentioned are. Those tubes weren't in there. So, you know, we got to put them in. The issue is this bus being a deluxe sunroof bus, it has what we call belly pans on it. You can see the whole bottom of the bus is basically covered with these pans that are welded in. So non-sunroof buses wouldn't have those because they don't really need the reinforcement since they have you know, a solid roof on them. But anyway, deluxe buses, belly pans, no easy way to run those tubes. So anyway, Rafa came up with a solution and pretty much spent the day routing tubes underneath this bus in a way that's gonna look clean and be very functional. There's not really a whole lot to show, but you can see the tubes coming out. I think you can at least. So there's one there, and the other one's there. You can kind of see those tubes coming out. So again, one of those is going to go to the gas tank on these sits back here, and then through this little opening sits the little petcock for the reserve lever. So one of those tubes will control that reserve lever, and then the other one will come back here to the motor for the manual choke. So yeah, a lot of work to go and put those in. Again, I know putting a tube in or a couple tubes in doesn't sound like a lot of work, but routing them under this bus that's already all sealed up and stuff, real pain in the butt. Anyway, he's almost got it done. Probably finish it up. Today's Wednesday, which is basically Friday for Rafa, so he'll be back on Monday and should be able to finish that up pretty quick. But yeah, huge job actually to do. So he spent all day on that. Let's see what else happened today. So as you probably noticed, the beautiful Prairie Beige Beetle is sitting back on its own feet, back on its own wheels and tires. Went ahead and put those on today because we successfully got the brakes bled the other day, and you know, the motor started, the car runs. It's about ready to probably go ahead and take for a test spin. I think this rain is supposed to stop today, so who knows, I may take this puppy around the block tomorrow, see how it goes. The owner is supposed to bring the door panels and a few other things. I think he said Monday. And then we've got a little paint touch up. There's a couple little scratches. The main one is right there that we need to touch up, and he's supposed to be bringing some paint over too at some point. So yeah, those are kind of the last dangling details on the Prairie Beige 57. Spent a little bit of time today pretty much wrapping up the 59 low light Ghia. Still dirty. I'll wash it before I give it back to the owner. Pretty much yesterday I had put on the new door handles that we had chromed and the bumpers. So today, now that the door handles are on, I went ahead and installed the door panels. So there you go. Not too big of a job on these. They went on without any real drama. So I think that's probably all this owner's going to have us do. He was on a bit of a budget, so originally I think he was going to have us replacing the trim here that's missing and in poor shape, but I think he said let's go ahead and skip that for now. So clean it up, and I'll check in with him and make sure he still wants us to not do those things, and then if that's the case, then he can pretty much come get it and start enjoying it again. So I did work some today on the yellow 71 Ghia, which is over at our neighbor's shop, getting some metal work done. Just some little things on that. Let's see, where is it? Oh, I went ahead and built the carburetor for it. We got all the plating back from zinc, so came out pretty nice. It's new, maybe even better than new. I honestly don't think they looked this good new. So it's done. It's pretty much the first piece of the motor that's done and ready to go on. Actually, I take that back. All the tin work came back from powder coating today, so all the tinware is also ready. The distributor for it is one that the customer dropped off, which should be correct for this motor. I'm actually looking into maybe just swapping this one. There's a number of shops that professionally rebuild distributors. They do a really good job. It might actually make more financial sense to just swap this one and get one that's been rebuilt by one of those shops. It's like kind of their specialty, so probably end up being cheaper than me doing it by the time I buy parts and spend some time on it. So I'm going to look into that. Other than that, the usual things you got to do before you build a motor, cleaning parts. None of these were too bad, but we got to get them clean nonetheless. And then kind of towards the end of the day, I started pulling the generator apart and cleaning it. Still got a lot more work to do there. We'll get it all, we'll repaint it and make it look brand new. Put new brushes in it and so on. Like I mentioned, I got a bunch of parts back from zinc plating for this car. So once this car starts going together, we're gonna we got a big pile of parts for this car, including a lot of zinc plating and powder coated parts. It should go pretty quick once we really are able to focus on it. I think the neighbor shop actually finished the floor pans today, or is very close to finishing the floor pans, and then they're going to start on the engine compartment tin on the 71 Ghia. So that is it for today, guys. We will see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.